When it comes to the meetings you run at work, do you know how to bring out the best in the people attending? Let's see what the science suggests. Hi there, Michelle here from McQuaid TV. We're helping you find ways to move from functioning to flourishing by putting the latest science to the real-world test. Now, researchers estimate we spend 37% of our time in meetings at work, and that 50% of this time is completely wasted. And I'm sure we've both sat in our fair share of those meetings, longing for them to come to an end. Of course, one of the problems is that decisions are rarely made in meetings. Instead, we talk and talk and talk some more, and then when the clock strikes the hour, the meeting ends abruptly and everyone rushes out the door, leaving little time to clarify outcomes or any commitment to next steps. And as a result, most meetings feel like a complete waste of our time and a drain on our energy. But aside from basic meeting etiquette, such as providing an agenda and relevant materials in advance, starting and stopping on time, and capturing and communicating key action steps or decisions after the meeting, are there things that you can do to make your meetings a more effective, energizing, and maybe even an enjoyable experience? Well, drumroll please. Once you have the right people in the room, it appears the secret to an effective meeting may lie in creating the right mood. Yeah, you heard me. It's all about the mood. You see, Dr. Daniel Goleman, one of the world's leading researchers in emotional and social intelligence, estimates that 20 to 30% of business performance is determined by the mood of employees. Let me say that again slowly. 20 to 30% of business performance is determined by people's mood. Why? Well, Professor Barbara Fredrickson at the University of North Carolina has found that positive emotions like interest, awe, pride, amusement, gratitude, to name just a few, don't just trade our good thoughts for bad ones. Rather, they literally broaden the way our brains are working. So, for example, when we experience positive emotions, the research suggests that your field of peripheral vision is expanded so you can take in about 75% of what's happening versus 15% in a neutral or negative mood. That your brain becomes flooded with dopamine and serotonin, helping you to make and sustain more neural connections so you can organise new information, think more quickly and creatively, become more skilled at complex analysis and problem solving, and see and invent new ways of doing things. And because your brain feels safe, you start to think more about we and how to collaborate with people around you compared to when it's in survival mode and thinking mostly just about me. So Fredrickson's also found that far from being fleeting experiences, as these positive emotions accrue over time, it's like money in the bank for a rainy day, with longitudinal studies finding that as positive emotions accumulate, they build your psychological, intellectual, social and physical resources, leaving you much better equipped to navigate the lows and highs we all experience at work and some of the meetings that we're in. So Fredrickson concluded that positive emotions help to broaden and build us so that we can see new possibilities, bounce back from setbacks, better connect with others, and reach our potential no matter what meeting we're attending. So how do you apply all of that into your next meeting so you can shape the kind of mood you need? After more than a decade as a senior leader in large organisations around the world, here are 5 ways I help my team, no matter how many people were involved or how many of us were in the room or on the phone, inject some positivity into our meetings. Firstly, try to start with sizzle. When people turn up into your meetings, their brains are in all different states based on where they've come from previously. So in order to get them into that broadened state of mind, you want to inject some positivity by asking, what's working well? Sharing a funny story or a joke, using a good video clip, or even trying a silly but task-related quiz or game to get people laughing and feeling good. Secondly, try to plan your agenda mindfully. You see, every action we take is preceded by a question. And taking action is generally the goal of most meetings. So when we're asked a question, it triggers dopamine, one of the feel-good chemicals in our brain, as we start to imagine what might be possible and helps to prepare us for taking action. So instead of focusing your agenda on statements, try to focus on the questions you think the meeting needs to be asking and then let people explore the conversation. Thirdly, design the meeting around people's strengths. Think about who will be attending and what strengths people bring. Remember, when we have a chance to use our strengths, we're up to 6 times more engaged in what we're doing. So what roles and opportunities can you create in the meeting for people to have a chance to do what they do best and be valued for their contributions? Fourthly, reward people with growth opportunities. Let's face it, none of us really want to attend another meeting. So build in a little reward for people making the effort to be present. Now, we're born creatures of growth, so are there small moments of learning that you can offer people attending your meeting that they wouldn't get otherwise, like a special guest, some new research discoveries or insights that you can share? And then finally, try to finish with a peak end. Our memories of events are shaped by endings, so ensure you leave enough time to finish on a positive note. And rather than having people scrambling for the door, make time to inject a little positive emotion at the end with some heartfelt appreciation, funny story or video, or prizes for your earlier quiz or game. This way, they'll be more likely to remember your meeting fondly and turn up enthusiastically next time. Now again, none of this is rocket science. But by using these 5 simple steps, particularly in teams where I relied on a lot of internal volunteers to help me deliver outcomes, I actually managed to grow the attendance at my meetings over the years. I know, go figure. People actually wanted to be in a meeting. As a result, many aligned, committed hands made much lighter work for me of what could have been very difficult projects to implement. Of course, it didn't mean we dodged the tough conversations we needed to have in our meetings. Only that as the chairperson, I used mood mindfully, positive, neutral and negative, to help people perform at their best, rather than simply expecting that this would happen naturally. Want to boost your mood right now? Then share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might need a little bit better mood for the next meeting that they're attending. And if you'd like more practical and playful ideas from the latest science of human flourishing, then be sure to subscribe, or stop by michellmcquaid.com and leave your name and email address so you can hear all our news first. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching Shell McQuaid TV. Remember, you are good enough, so don't be afraid to let your strengths shine. Until next time, take care. Are there things that you can do to make your meetings a more effective, energizing, and maybe even an enjoyable experience? Well, drum roll please. Once you have... Oh, that's just live tempting us. Come on, man!